All right, y'all. Y'all already know what it is. It's All That Smoke. This is Dino, your host for the show, and also I want to introduce you to my other hosts.
Be love in the building, and you know it. If you like it, I love it. Let's go.
Hey, it's your girl Panay Black. What it do? What's smoking?
Hey, and you already know what it is. So, to begin the show, as always, we always want to go ahead and throw out the one topic that everybody knows about, what's smoking. So, what's smoking today? Today's what's smoking topic is going to be postpartum depression. And to go ahead and start off with that, I'll go ahead and let Panay take the floor here.
Well, we're pretty much discussing mental health is always a topic that is coming up on our podcast. You're going to hear it. You're going to hear us speak this, how important mental health is to you over and over again. Please pardon my background today, you guys. We're coming to you guys live quarantine style.
Yes.
However, we're just speaking about postpartum depression and what not taking care of that could lead to. And pretty much just opening up the floor to speak about, again, what it is that women could be doing, what it is that is going through the minds of women during this state. A lot of women don't even know about postpartum depression, but they go through it. And they don't know, they don't know if it's voices in their head. A lot of this stuff, a lot of the reasons why people are doing crazy things and harming their children and being neglectful to their children is because some of them are going through postpartum and don't know how to handle it. And a lot of times they don't even realize that comes with feelings of not wanting the baby, not wanting to be around the family. Like it's a real thing. And I just want to open the floor up to my guys to just ask Dino and Be Love, like, what do you guys feel, about, like, is there anything that you guys would like to say in regards to postpartum?
I mean, I do. I have questions because, I recently, if anybody doesn't know, I just had twins, my babies, Amaya and Amira. And I always ask the question because people used to tell me, like, be, a supporter, and support the woman and make sure there's no possibility that right there could be an issue, the postpartum depression. And with me asking the question is because men can't have postpartum depression, but they do get depressed, right? I'm making sure that I don't try to gender it into a thing of gender, but I want to know exactly because men aren't really as sensitive to understand and ask the questions if they don't know exactly how to come at a person who's going through postpartum depression. So how be because like I said, I was told be gentle and try yourself to try more and more to be comforting to the woman.
Well, the thing about it is, well,
Go ahead, B Love. I
I'm
was
sorry.
just piggyback off of Dino and say a lot of times because I'm a woman and I've gone through it, a lot of times the people around you can't even help if they don't even know that you're going through it. It starts with the woman having to come out and say, hey, I think that there's something wrong. And and me being a woman, I now know that I think that what doctors should be telling Black women, because they always say Black women, they always refer to Black women when they do this postpartum depression, but it's every woman. I believe that
yeah, I would say so.
every woman should be, because after having children, I realized that postpartum is truly a chemical imbalance. It comes with it has everything to do with the removal, the traumatic removal of the baby that has been living inside of you for 9 months, and then your body having to say, wait, what just happened? I was birthing a baby, now it's gone. Your body is somewhat going through a shock, and that it also triggers depression in your mind, other thoughts, suicidal thoughts, not for me, but it has for other women, or thoughts of just abandonment, wanting to leave their family, wanting to leave their children. So, Beloved, I'm going to definitely give you back the floor, but brother, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. But no, basically to piggyback off of what you said now, basically that's what I was going to say. Yeah, I know it's probably because the change in the body and everything, and there's got to be something like a chemical imbalance that comes along with that. That's what I was going to say, because the only thing I can, I do have children and everything, and I have, seen a little bit of postpartum depression, not as serious as to where they've, they've harmed a child or anything like that, because I know it can get to that level,
right.
Where you can harm the child and harm the baby and, do something detrimental to them. in the midst of that depression. Right. So yeah, I know it's something in there, but I mean, do they have medicines or anything like that that women take for that? I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
So again, it all has to do with the woman first knowing that there's something wrong to then take the steps to go and better herself. And not all women are going to take that step. And it's unfortunate because I know that I went through postpartum depression, and I don't have a problem with sharing. I literally called one of my elders that was a prayer warrior and asked her to pray for me to remove the thoughts that I was having, because for some reason I felt like everything in my world was going to fall apart, but I had no reason and nothing in my present time to warrant those feelings. Right. But it was really having me in a state of where when my kid's father left home, I was depressed, and I didn't understand it but I was strong enough to say that this isn't right. This definitely has to be something to do with like what's going like with postpartum depression, but I'm not, this has got to be it. I was strong enough to ask myself those questions, but then also I didn't have to go and walk into a doctor's office. I went to my elders, right. And she took that away from me. And what she said to me was, baby, you're going to lose your mind. Right. Because everything that you're worried about, everything that you're going through has already been taken into the universe, baby. And if you stay hard upon yourself over something that may or may not happen, you're going to go crazy. Right. And then just to get a little bit more, this is why mental health matters. Education matters, because if you took in any type of psychology course, you then know that those feelings are all normal. It's just about what you put in your mind, because literally sickness and death, stress goes right to your liver. Right. You're literally making yourself sick. So with that postpartum depression, I hope that this podcast today, I hope that this episode allows for any of my sisters that are out there. And if you're going through, and when I say sisters, y'all better know I'm talking about if y'all have breasts and working organs, you are my sister. It doesn't matter what color you are. Like if you're going through something and you're having these feelings or these thoughts within your mind, the moment that you feel like something's going on that you cannot grasp control of, go to your loved ones, go to whoever it is that you have support. There's so many groups out there where you can go if you don't have support that will help you and give you that feeling of a sense of a family. Right. To allow you to, in a protective open space, let them know what you're going through. And God forbid if you're going through something that may need to have a step up so that you to make some changes in your right now so that your future for you and your child is better. The only way to do that is to first, be able to address it and be strong enough and have the courage to say, I want to be able to protect myself and this child, but definitely not go down the route. Just don't go down the road. Please don't go the road of saying, I ain't going to a doctor. I'll be all right. Because what if you don't?
Right. So look, that's what I want to get back to on that. And Panay, you're definitely right. And I want you to just speak your smoke on that so I can actually
I appreciate you, Love Bug. I'm going to speak my smoke. I hear you from the distance because it is now 1:29, guys, and I'm busting ass during quarantine. I'm coming to you guys live. I'm working. I'm coming to somewhere else live, and I'm doing a damn thing. So, guys, I had no doubt in my mind that y'all gonna hold it down. Yeah. So kill it with all that smoke, and I'll be back. I'll be back in a moment.
All right, that's so hard. That's so hard. Sure. So now we got Panay. Like I said, like she said, she went to Hustle Hard. To end out the part of this segment, I wanted to say. The postpartum depression is really serious, and I want everybody, like we said before in another episode that we had, mental health is very serious with us. We keep constantly speaking about it and bringing it back up because it's always going to become a subject.
Get help when you can. Get help when you can.
Because it's always going to be a subject here, a subject matter in the world right now. And it really touched me today to make sure that we spoke about this and what's smoking because of a situation that happened with my family. We had a young baby pass in our family, and it comes to find out that allegedly the things that we heard that happened didn't happen, and now the family member of mine is now allegedly being looked at as the suspect in this case. So with that being said, I want to go ahead and round it on out. That was what's smoking, and now we're going to go ahead and have us a chronic break. You already know what it is. All right, now, that's all that smoking. That was that chronic break that y'all had. You know, go ahead and have a moment to get back in and set back up here at All That Smoke. And I want to go ahead and introduce our in-studio guest today. Now, I want y'all to go ahead and check this out because I've known this man for a very, very long time. We've had a long relationship in this entertainment business with the promoting and parties and securities and doing things like that. But I want to introduce y'all now to Chino Dollars.
What's good, man? I feel like a rapper, man.
I was trying to make sure I gave you like a good introduction and everything.
I feel like I'm about to promote a new mixtape.
Right.
So now, from here on out in the show, Chino's gonna go ahead and chime in with us, and then I'm gonna go ahead and kick back with him for a second, and then find out some of the things that he's doing. But the next topic here on All That Smoke, which Chino, like I said, I want you to be able to chime in, sir. But I'm gonna come back and give you a proper interview.
Spit
here.
your smoke.
But I want you to spit your smoke while we're speaking right now, and we're gonna talk about Uzi Vert.
Ooh.
Okay, so y'all know this man just put $24 million on his forehead. Whose retirement plan has changed? I want to know. So speak your smoke. Be love.
Man, look here. First of all, a $24 million pink diamond on your forehead.
The blood diamond.
Yeah, well, I mean, the last picture I seen of him, he was bleeding from it. So, I mean, there's a lot of things going on with that. I mean, me personally, when I first seen it, I was like, why couldn't you just do one of them, that dermal?
The dermal, like.
Yeah, because, you know, I know they got the, you know what I'm saying, they got where they can put the things underneath your skin and everything. Just do a dermal, you know, but, you know, it's, of course, it's, you know, rappers, you know, we got to show off the jewels and the diamonds and the golds and everything else. So he was like, you know, hey, you know, instead of putting it on the chain, let me just put it on me. So that's what he did.
As crazy.
It's not me.
As crazy as that is, though, I just thought about something.
What's that?
I remember when, and don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. When Uzi Vert first went to Lil Uzi Vert, sorry. Lil Uzi first went to, I think it might have been Old Man Ebro show in New York.
Oh, okay.
Right?
One of the first podcasts.
And I remember them, it could have been Flex. I just remember it was a big New York radio show. And Flex or whoever it was
Funk Master.
Yeah, asking him to rap. And he like, I'm not rapping over them beats. I ain't doing that. Right?
Right.
So I speed it up. But the thing that he told him was, I'm a rock star. I'm not a rapper. I'm a rock star. Right? So if his mentality is that he actually is a rock star, which if you've ever seen a Lil Uzi show, he kind of moved like that, right?
Yeah.
So if you look at him from that aspect of being a rock star, as weird as it is to us in our culture, and especially the hip hop culture, he's actually acting out with a little bit of both that rock star mentality, but that hip hop arrogance. You know what I mean? And
it shows.
Stuntastic.
It shows, like you said, stuntastic.
Yeah.
24 million on your face, and now, from like I said, reports is it's starting to mess with the chemistry of his skin and all that. Like he might have an infection. But like you didn't think about that before you put $24 million on your skull?
Nah.
Right.
I mean, but is it the fact that he has a diamond in his forehead, or is it the fact he got a $24 million diamond? Because would we be talking about it if it was a $5,000?
Nah.
Because ain't nobody's talking about Salsa Walker no more. He put one in his cheek, like maybe $40,000, $50,000 diamond or something like that. That came and went. You know what I mean? Uzi 24 million.
Yeah.
Because Lil B the bass guy did it years ago. He had a little small diamond in his forehead.
And see, I thought that was like some dermals too. Like I didn't think that was like actually like an actual diamond.
Right.
And then if it was, I'm thinking, okay, he put like old boy in there was a movie James Bond where the dude had diamond crusted face. Diamond face. That's what it reminded me of. I'm like, what the hell? So you know. Like you said though, like 24 million. Would we be even talking about it if it was $1,000?
Oh no, not at all, not at all. Because who would give a damn?
Who would give a damn? Like you don't take that cheap.
Right.
I'm actually quite impressed because he said he'd been saving up for a long time and making payments on it, right? And to be honest with you, I mean, he put it in his face, but he can hold on to that for a couple of years and sell
Yeah,
it. And
yeah,
take
you're right.
he can't, that's an asset.
I mean,
That
I'm
ain't
just saying,
liability.
he'll be cool as long as the Infinity Wars don't start, because Thanos is coming.
I know,
That's
right?
what I'm saying. That's why we should be happy, though. We already found one of the Infinity Stones, so when Thanos come, we got a head start, bro. We listen, protect Uzi. Don't let nothing happen.
Don't let that
to
happen to
Uzi,
Uzi. Everybody.
I know. He got the
surround
vision.
him. He got the vision.
vision.
man.
Okay.
Yeah, protect Uzi, man. We got one of the Infinity Stones right here on Earth.
It's
for
right
sure.
here on
What's
Earth,
up?
right there.
Hey, shit,
on,
I can
man.
see that. That's what's up.
Don't let nobody touch Uzi.
No.
Y'all still, hey, and that was us talking about the topic of the Diamond and Lil Vert's Uzi Vert's head. So we don't want to make sure, because every rapper has a whole extra adjective.
Right.
If you don't say that adjective, then you're talking
Right?
about
You
another
talking about a
person.
whole nother rapper.
So yes, Lil Uzi. Diamond in your head, man.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all go ahead and check that out if you need no more information. Now, we're going to go ahead and skip up, and we're going to bring into another topic. I don't know if you people out here in the world today have seen this, but there was a dispute between neighbors in Pennsylvania. And it went all the way loose sideways. From reports, the video is very graphic. We ain't going to show you the video. We're just going to tell you to go watch it. But we are going to speak our smoke on it. So, starting off speaking our smoke on it, I would like to bring in Chino, let you get a chance to go ahead and chime in on that.
go ahead.
How do you feel about that? I mean, we was in the studio talking about it and,
Right.
and trying to get a grasp on it and everything. So I'm going to go ahead and let you bring us into it, and we'll reiterate.
Yeah, I mean, I heard about it. I hadn't seen the video. Now that I've seen the video, it definitely changes my reaction to hearing the story, man.
Right.
And I know we were talking about people's triggers and the stuff that we look at, like, man, over that, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when you're talking about mental health and you're just talking about people, the human brain and how
There we
people
go.
think and what triggers things, what pulls people, like, we're still trying to figure out what makes people do those things. The scientists cut open brains and they study people, and we got all these answers and all that. I think that's the danger, though, is that you don't know when that person is gonna snap. You know what I mean?
Or anybody for that
Yeah,
matter.
and man, it really is tragic, man, because something so little as snow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I put some snow in your driveway or your yard or whatever the context of that is. Like, bro, the snow is gonna melt, man. Like,
It's going to get warm one day.
like, bro, they make salt that you can go to the store and get and sprinkled in. Like,
Right.
So, it really is tragic, man. That's just one of them things that I say people really need to pay attention. Like, first off, a lot of times we don't even know our neighbors.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we would rather not to get to know our neighbors than to get to know them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, people got to really start paying attention to what's going on around them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, even in the video, it looked like a couple shots was fired off and they didn't even react. Almost like, you're not going to shoot me.
Right?
Like, this
And,
ain't going to happen. This is a
yeah,
good neighborhood.
Man, and so, I think a false sense of security, which we all want to have that, but you just never know, man.
And then, that's what I said. I looked at the neighborhood when you're looking at the video. And like I said, but we're not gonna show the video. You can go find it. Looking at the neighborhood, it wasn't like it was an upscale, super rich neighborhood or anything. It's just like it was a nice little community.
Regular old suburban neighborhood.
And like Chino was saying, like, you don't know your neighbors. Like, what's wrong with getting out there and hey, how you doing? I live over here. Just like to say hi. No big thing. Just if you need something, my garage is this way, type thing. People don't do that no more. And sometimes the thing is, if you're within a whole circular, like, cul-de-sac type thing, I want to know every neighbor that's on this whole cul-de-sac, because I got kids.
Right.
Okay? And I want my kids to play with your kids. And your kids should be nice to my kids like I want my kids to be nice to your kids. Like, this all work because we in the same community. This is a community. If you live 2 blocks up and I come from down the street talking
Just
about
being nosy.
Right.
and I'm talking about, hey, I stay down here. You need to know my name.
Right.
Yeah, you probably went a little bit too far, but
The nosy neighbor.
the nosy neighbor. But then you got a situation like this where, something as little as, snow triggered
Well, there's
murder,
no point in
homicide.
being social no more, man. We have social media for that.
Nah.
So, I mean, a lot of people take the social media and they looking at that. They ain't looking at the people next door. All right,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
But we all know that smoke and mirrors a lot of times. That's,
it is.
That's the danger of like social media definitely has created a lot of false relationships.
Because it's the least social thing you can do is just stare there at your phone all day.
Yeah, like you said,
It's the least
Try to put
social
your phone
I know,
down
don't
now.
put your phone down. I know, right?
Like Chino said, like you said, that false security, that false sense was there. Like we watched it, and we watched them just stare at this man. Like, go ahead and do it. They actually walked up on him.
Yeah.
Like in our neighborhood. If Chino and I was in the neighborhood and a guy pulled out a weapon on us, we and him are not both going to walk up on him and say, "What you gonna do with that?"
Yeah. Right?
No, look, hey, we need to back on
I
up.
pray the audio was delayed or something, man. Like, cause that really hurts my feelings to think that or to see that and it give off the impression that they were so comfortable that while these gunshots are going off, and I assume in the air we couldn't see because of how the video was cut, but. I'm gonna assume he was shooting in the air. For them to still maintain that demeanor, like
you're not gonna do it.
Like, what
that
in the
too.
world?
Only thing I can think of is maybe it was snowing, maybe it was icy. They couldn't move. Maybe it was maybe they were stuck or something like that. That's the only thing.
I mean, these are speculations because we are watching the
allegedly.
video.
Yeah,
So
we are allegedly watching what happened on the video from what seemed like a security camera.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, it's a big thing to, like we all are saying, and which I think we all are agreeing with. Know your surroundings.
Yeah.
All right. If you live in a tight knit part of, you got houses next to you, I want to know the next 3 to 4 houses around me. Okay. Just in case.
Yeah, we all had that neighbor or that dude in the neighborhood that everybody knew, like, yo, don't mess with him. Bro.
Yeah.
Right.
I want to know that house.
He ain't right, bro.
Right, yeah. Don't talk to him. Don't touch.
He
Yeah,
ain't right. Like, when you said what the hoop? Nah, you don't do that. Leave him.
Right.
Be. Right.
You said your ball went over the fence.
Right.
Oh,
it's done.
You
don't even want
ball.
it. Yeah, it's over with.
And
You don't want to get that ball.
As much as that like is a joking matter, we still recognize that something wasn't right in the mix over there. So you was a little more alert when that situation came.
But that's keep your high a little bit, but you still didn't take
but
your
that's why getting to know your neighbors is important. It's something that should be back. As part of being a neighborhood is getting to know your neighbor, and he might have gave some signals that he off, and they would have been like, you know what, let's be a little extra careful with the snow. Not saying that should have ever led to them getting shot.
Right.
But again, like I said, the dude in the hood that ain't right. You be like, nah, man, leave Earl alone.
Right.
Earl be on. Just say what's up to Earl, keep him moving.
You don't antagonize somebody who you already been told has something wrong with them. That's like you just gonna keep on. No, you don't do that.
No.
Yeah, so unfortunately,
like I said, y'all, if y'all haven't already looked at the story, go check it out.
Very sad situation.
And speak your own smoke about it. But us here at All That Smoke wanted to speak on it. And like we said, it's a sad situation, man. But at the same time, pay attention and, like I said, watch your surroundings. Now, moving on to the next segment right here, we usually go ahead and tell y'all that a melanated business is in order. So if you know a melanated business around you or close to you, go visit them. Say hi, do something.
Reach out.
Go ahead and cut this right here to go ahead and show you a melanated business that we encountered. So check this out. All right, so now y'all check that out. Great thing about melanated businesses is that you support. The only thing that it takes is for you to go ahead and get out there and do it. It doesn't take any money, but then if you go ahead and just shout them out, give them some encouragement, it's always a great thing. Now, with that being said, we want to move into another chronic break because the got to get right. So take this little time to go ahead and get yourself together. This is Chronic Break 2.
Let's go.
All That Smoke.
All of it.
All right. So now when I come back in, get Chino in, round it on out. All right. Do that final one. Get that final chronic break. Hit the high note.
Awesome.
That's it.
3, 2.
All right. Coming in again. It's All That Smoke. So I want to go ahead and let y'all know the guest interview today, which I've already been hearing this man in the studio, which is a great thing, but I want to reintroduce him again, Mr. Chino Dollars.
What up,
All
what up?
right. And I wanted to get him on the show for a big part of the fact of the matter. I wanted to support the fact of the matter. All the people that's been in my life throughout this journey of me doing entertainment, doing security, doing comedy, the way that I've had the encouragement from the people that I look up to. This man right here was one of the biggest. So I like to go ahead and kick that out to you. Not, on real stuff, like me and you, we go way back, man, from Silhouette days. Now, if anybody know about the Silhouette.
I miss their chicken wings.
The chicken?
Oh, man.
Boy, let's talk about the chicken.
Lucky if you can get somebody.
Come on. You had motherfuckers buying $50 worth of chicken.
Man,
How motherfuckers buy $50 worth of chicken?
it was flame, though.
That's some good-ass chicken.
I had to have arguments at the door all the time. Bro, I don't even want to party. I just want to get chicken, man. You better go.
Hey.
Pay this 10 to get in and go get your chicken.
Because, hey, on some realness, man, this man
Man,
has
shit.
thrown a party on every side of town, exceptions of the
Except
south side.
man.
Except the south side. Not saying nothing about it, but goddamn, he
fine.
never
I mean,
got,
you know what?
he
I
never
take
got
that
to-
back. I threw an under 21 party back in the day on the south side. So
Okay.
I didn't touch off.
So he done touched off four corners. So
Yeah,
we're gonna go ahead and get to the point of what's going on nowadays with you, Mr. Dollars.
Man,
Talk to me.
I'm just, I took a break from the entertainment world to focus on philanthropy and,
Right.
and nonprofit work, man, and just really put my energy into impacting the lives of young people.
Right. That's awesome.
I really wanted to focus. I always had the great relationships with like McDonald's and Nike, Adidas. To name a few who've always supported me throughout the years with backpack giveaways, clothing giveaways, Thanksgiving assistance. Energy assistance when it comes to utilities and stuff.
Right.
So I just kind of wanted to change the narrative around me and what I do and
That's awesome.
focus in on a smaller demo to impact, and that was young kids, man, just trying to find a way to help them have an opportunity tomorrow.
That's good.
That's good.
That's good, man. For a minute there, I figured because I paid attention to some of the things that you're doing, some of the programs and the things that you've been a part of.
Yeah.
And not to mention any right now, because I would love you to mention them yourself. But knowing that that you've already been a part of this philanthropist type of motion, man. I've seen it when you was back when we was doing the entertainment and you was promoting then. I seen it in you, so I'm glad to hear that you keeping with it and actually like getting that like you said, changing the narrative and have that fortitude to actually look at what you wanted to do and making it happen. That's awesome, man. Like I can't say enough about
For
it.
sure. That's me, man.
Now, is there a certain thing or situation that made you want to help other children more?
I grew up on 42nd and Post, Sudden Place.
Sure, Four Deuce.
Sudden death.
Sure,
And
sure enough.
just being honest, man, the people who encouraged me initially were street dudes,
Yeah.
right? And I can admit that at one point in time, my role model, the guy I wanted to be like, was a cat named Danny Mac, right? And neither here or there what he did and who he was, but
Right.
he was influential in my step and the way I walked and the way I moved and how I talked and how I wanted to carry myself. And as I grew older, definitely mimicked that swag. You know what I mean?
Right.
But one of the things that he always did, man, he always used to put a couple dollars in our pockets, right? And
Yeah.
It was one particular situation where, when you the little dude and you got the ball and you on the court, then the big boys come. They like, let me see the ball, little man. And you like, yeah, I'm about to run with the big boys. Nah. You know what I mean? They took the ball. They ran full court. He stepped out of I remember he had a Parisian on some Dayton's and Vogues, some bars and Vogues. And he had a finish line bag, put out a fresh pair of shoes. Tied them up, put them on just to hoop. Right, and I'm sitting here mad. They done ran about 4-5 games, and they got my ball. I'm hot, right? He see me. He come over there like, man, thanks for letting us use your ball. I'm like, y'all owe me some money. He was like, I'll do you one better. Took the shoes off and put them back in the box and gave them to me. Right now, first thought is, man, nobody want your little sneaky sweaty shoes. But for me in the hood, that was like Michael Jordan taking his sneakers off and giving them to me, or like a kid today, LeBron taking his sneakers off and giving them to him. Right? They was 2 sizes too big for me, and I couldn't wait to wear them shoes.
Right.
But it was that memory of how impactful that little bitty moment was. And so for me, it was like, just think about the things that I could do if I elevated that times 10.
Right.
So
that.
in like 06, I ran for office. I ran for state representative.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that, man.
And definitely picked the wrong office to run for what I wanted to do.
Right.
I mean, like I really just wanted to get sidewalks in the hood.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I done went all the way to the state house. You know what I mean? But it's just always been there from that moment of Sutton Place. You know what I mean? Looking at how many influences we did and didn't have, And then I wanted to be the guy that was different than the street dudes, but still had the money,
Right.
you know what I mean, the flash and all that, so kids
Right.
could also see somebody like a different route.
Right, of course,
You know what I
yes.
mean? Like I wanted them to see me on the radio. I wanted them to see me on the TV. I
Right.
wanted them to see me with stars and celebrities and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because, you know, the lore of the streets is, man, it's glamorous.
Man,
Right.
it
You know what I
is.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
To them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it takes a lot, image wise, for you to convince a kid that route is definitely not better than this one that I got for you over
Right.
here.
Very
You know what I mean? And so every few years, I felt like I've had to kind of reinvent and reposition myself to make sure that what I'm saying is hitting where it needs to hit, and people are understanding it and they're feeling it, and again, they can see it. Right?
That's
Success is something that, you know, we older, we I ain't gonna say we try to hide it, but we don't want to be flashy now.
Nah, we don't.
Right, yeah.
We got out of that.
Yeah.
Nah, but you
You
know,
did that already.
but kids still pay attention to that, man.
They do.
Like, there's not a little kid in this world who doesn't wish that his dad was rich.
Yeah.
Or play for a professional athlete
right.
or something
Yeah,
like that.
so-
play for a professional team or something like
So
that.
those little
Or
things
mother.
that we
Or mother.
devalue or we try to knock in society, they still are valuable when you're trying to convince a group of young people that there's a direction for them that doesn't lead to prison,
Now, see,
death,
that-
and everything
Most definitely.
And see, and that's a big thing too, because Chino, when I think about it, man, and when you say when you saying speaking your smoke about your story right there, it really made me think about the fact of the matter that we don't got many guys like that in the hood or in the neighborhoods, the ghettos, or whatever you want to call it, that used to do that for people like us. Like,
Right,
you know, tell
right.
us like, hey, young brother, don't even worry about that.
Right.
This ain't your route. You smart. Go do this.
Right, go do
and
this,
then
yeah.
actually encourage them and give them more than just the encouragement. Give them that ambition and know, like you said, to be that street cat or that neighborhood guy that the young people can look up to, but they can actually reach out and touch you.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, like you can grab their hand and shake it. And, you know,
Yeah.
you'll show up at a neighborhood party, a block party, or something that you know is part of their neighborhood, and
Yeah.
then show them, like you said. But what I want to get back to is I love the fact of the matter that you said exactly what we grew up knowing. You know, I mean, B-Love, I know you probably could reiterate on this too, because older people always used to tell us, do as I say,
Not as I
but
do.
not as I do.
Exactly.
But we
Exactly.
have to change, like you said, and I
Uh-huh.
keep going back to these other words, but it's understandable for y'all to make sure y'all understand this. Changing the narrative. Us as men now, we're the elders now.
Right.
We're
Oh,
the
yeah.
ones that's supposed to be in a position to tell these young cats, like, hey, step back for a minute, don't do that and everything.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
we
yeah.
don't want to do it because we look at them like, look, I'll hit you in your mouth, you little motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just being real, because like I think about it when I was growing up, we wasn't disrespectful to our elders and everything. We knew that there was a possibility that this old man with these rings and this big ass hand could slap me across my face, and then
Right.
go tell my mama, and then she gonna beat me.
Well, the thing about it is nowadays, I mean, these young cats got guns. So, I mean, what you gonna tell them?
Yeah, they got guns, man.
They got guns.
But
They won't, you know what I'm saying?
Approaches.
Now, all I'm saying
I'd
is
say
they
this:
got
ain't nobody
guns.
pulled no gun on me yet.
I feel you.
And
Me
I've been
neither.
out here moving the way I move for a long
Right.
time. And I don't get me wrong. I think a lot of it is the right people. Like sometimes the problem is the message. Sometimes the problem is the messenger. Right. All the times the person that's receiving either one is a factor.
Right.
But I would rather reach out and get rejected than not reach out.
Not reach out at all, yeah.
And I think sometimes the fear, because the truth of the matter is, it was our generation that started bucking the system. Like, we respected the elders,
Right.
but we didn't respect the generation right
Yeah, that's
above
right.
us. We felt like we was smarter, we was harder, we
Yeah.
was tougher, we had more money. Like,
Yeah.
we was different from that generation. Like, I feel like that generation above us was the last generation that really understood being able to trickle down certain things. We didn't want to take that from them, though.
Oh
Right,
my
of
God.
course not.
Hey, you really
wanna take that from
touched that right there on the head, because like right now we do not have that structure of, you know, the uncle or the grandfather
We
that
broke
could,
that.
they could take generational wealth and hand it to the young men, so then they didn't have to go out there and do all
Yep.
the shit that they say that they have to do,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, we broke it
Yeah,
and
right, that.
we broke it and fixed it at the same time. And I say that because we were so desperate to have our own that we are now in the position to create the generational wealth. But we were also the generation that kind of broke
We were the rebels of it.
Yeah.
We were the rebels of it. Like,
I want my own money.
I want my own money. Don't tell me what to do.
Exactly.
type
and
thing.
even worse, I want more money than you.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I want more. I don't even want your money. I want more money
Right.
than you, so you can keep your bread.
Keep your little nasty money up under your mattress, and I'm gonna put some in the bank type thing.
I know how much you got. I want more.
So I'm really just trying to fix what I feel like generationally I broke.
Right.
I understand
You
that.
know what I mean? Like, and a lot of that starts in the house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, as like I tell black men, make sure you got life insurance, man. People don't
Yeah.
think about that. Life insurance is a source of generational wealth.
Yes.
Right? Like you can get some life insurance and leave your kid $50,000. For you don't need the $10,000 funeral.
Right.
You don't need that, bro. Leave your kids that money. Lead them with a plan. Lead them with some structure.
Right.
Lead them with a foundation so they could take that generational wealth. Let's say you leave them 50, they could take 20 of it, invest it, sit the other 30 down for their kids.
Right.
You know what I mean? And let that grow. You got 20 to play with and figure out, and
See,
but make sure you leave that 30 for your kids.
Right.
That's,
No, yeah,
I
most
mean,
definitely.
that's not happening. Like,
Yeah,
that's
not at
like,
all.
You know,
We're getting there, but now.
This is another thing, like, and this is what we're gonna like. I want to throw you out to this point, like, as men, and not just being black men, men, all colors, all shades, all sizes. Are you to the point where you really don't want to try to go get some counseling? Like, if you really want to talk to somebody and you know your friends, which, like, Chino, you touched on this too, coming in, you have associates, you have
My colleagues.
your colleagues, you have companions. There's a
Right.
whole line of things that you have, but to have a true other person in your life that you can go talk to and you don't have to feel judged by, and you can go ahead and have that sense of I've vented, I've got this off my chest. Like, men, like, are you
Right.
really thinking of going to go get you some counseling, or if you really want to try to find some, where would you go? Type thing. Like, I mean, we actually need it. I mean, all men.
The thing about it
we need
is,
to vent.
here's the thing about it too. I mean, a lot of people don't want to pay for it either.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, everything comes with a cost. You know what I'm saying? You know, mental health, they want their money. Okay? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's all about how you going to pay for this and how are you going to get it. And who are you going to get it from? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you ain't gonna get it off Medicaid or Medicare. You know, let you
Yeah.
know that. They ain't gonna tell you, nah, we gave this to you for free. Go get all the free stuff we giving to you.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's something that they're going to try to add soon, but no, it's not in there now. So, I mean, as far as you have to have like a, you know, like your own personal private insurance to get that, or something along the lines of, you know, your job, you know, through your job employer, which is sad because it's sad the way insurance is tied to your job and everything. As soon as you lose your job, now I can't be healthy no more.
Right.
What's that? You know what I'm saying? So that's ridiculous.
Like, I mean, so we're gonna go ahead and I want to round this out real quick because that's a big subject and we touched on a lot of good subjects.
Yeah.
I gotta go ahead and get y'all to go ahead and get this last little segment to go ahead and say to my host, I appreciate you for coming on the show. Chino Dollars, y'all check him out
saying,
on all
bro.
platforms
bro?
and social media.
Yeah, fam,
He's
man, I'm
still out
always into
there.
something, man.
He always into something. And sir, I'm gonna talk to you more, man. Get together,
Yeah,
man,
definitely,
and see
man.
if I can help you out with anything that you got in the future and anything that I
Most
can
definitely,
do
brother.
towards it, man. I'm all for it. Man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I
for being on All
appreciate
That
y'all
Smoke.
letting me come on here and
No problem, man.
promote my mixtape, man.
Yeah,
So, man, hey, shit, you know what I'm saying?
It's
You know
Chino
what I
the
mean?
Dollars out on
Right, get
all
it, the
platforms.
I
dollars.
always wanted to feel like a rapper. Nah, man, I appreciate
Nah,
y'all,
man,
man.
good though, man.
Anytime, man, y'all need anything from me, just let me know. I'm a phone call away.
Sure,
Yeah,
man,
most
brother.
definitely, man. I appreciate that, man. Hustle
Thank you,
hard,
brother.
man. So, like I said, again, y'all have been in the great audience because I know y'all paying attention. And I hope y'all was going ahead and listening to everything that's going on.
I hope so.
I hope so.
We're trying to help.
We're doing our best. Now, another thing we about to do is we about to go ahead and take us another chronic break. All right, so you take you a moment,
Let's go.
you roll it up and smoke it, and we're going to sit here and talk about it.
Yeah.
Check that out.
Let's go.
All that smoke. Let me go
All
ahead
that.
and tell y'all that I enjoyed having y'all again for this show and having y'all come into our space and us coming into your space to get in your face and tell you about what's going on and bring you our smoke. Now, with that being said, we're towards the end, and we like to always end the show on a high note. So, high note today, B Love, what you got?
All right, my high note for today is, you know what I'm saying? Listen here. Look, you got to take the steps necessary to get yourself in a better position in life. Okay?
All right.
Don't dawdle with it. Okay? There's a lot of things going on right now with this, you know, the COVID-19s and 20s and 21s and 22s. Look, you got to get yourself in a position You know what I'm saying? So you can accelerate yourself to a better position in your life, okay? So whatever it takes, if you feel like you want to be a, you know what I'm saying, go to school or something, do that, okay, please, okay?
Right.
If you don't waste time, people.
Right.
Basically, that's my high note, all right?
note.
Don't waste the time anymore.
Don't waste your time. All right, coming back in, my high note will have to be manifestation. Manifestation, because I need you to go ahead and quit thinking all that bad thoughts that you have. Get rid of all that doubt.
Most definitely.
Quit doubting yourself. Anything that you put your mind to, you can do, but you're the only one that's going to do it. That high note that you just got right there is go ahead and take thought, put self before anything else, and take care of your mind and let your mind show you the things that you can actually do. Manifest the things that you want. It will come true.
Think
With
about
that
it.
being said, like I said, it is all that smoke be
All
love.
that be love.
You already know.
Let's go. You like
Dino,
that love, let's go get it.
Hustle hard, god dang it.
Keep on getting it, y'all. Keep on
Panay,
getting it.
she's taking care of her business, hustling
Saying so we
hard.
ain't worry about her today.
So she got many things in her and
right.
grabbing her band. So like I said, this is another segment of all that smoke, and we'll be at y'all again.
Hey, let's get it.
All that smoke.
All of it.